Hey guys, welcome back to Cyber Platter. Today we'll learn about digital certificates. Before knowing about digital certificates, you should know what is a digital signature. There is a separate video on this, so I will not be explaining in detail about digital signatures in this video, but I would highly recommend going through that video before watching this. I will link it in the description box. A digital certificate is a cryptographic document that serves as a form of digital identification and trust mechanism in online security. It plays a vital role in verifying the identity of individuals, systems, or entities in the digital realm and ensuring the integrity and security of online communications and transactions. So, in simple words, a digital certificate is a special online ID card with three main things. First is your name and details. That is, it contains your name, email address, and other information to confirm who you are or your organization. And then it has a security lock. This is your public key that is used to keep your online messages and data safe. Then it has a stamp of approval by a trusted authority. Trusted authority in this case is usually a a certificate authority, saying yes, this person or organization is who they say they are. So when you send a secure email or visit a safe website, your digital certificate helps make sure your messages stay private and you know you're talking to the right person or website. Now let's see some of the important reasons why we need digital certificates. First, authentication. Digital certificates verify the identity of individual systems and entities in the online environment. They ensure that you are interacting with the legitimate party you intend to, preventing impersonation and fraud. Next, data privacy. Digital certificates enable secure encrypted communication. They protect sensitive data by ensuring that only authorized parties can access it. This is crucial for online banking, e-commerce, and any transaction of confidential information. Next is data integrity. Digital signatures enabled by digital certificates ensure that data has not been tampered with during transmission. This is important for documents, emails, and software downloads. Next is trust. Certificates provide a basis for trust in online transactions. So, whenever you see HTTPS, right, in the address bar, in a web address, it means the website is using a digital certificate to secure your connection. This reassures users that the website is secure and trustworthy. Next reason why it is important, because it prevents man in the middle attack. Digital certificates help prevent man in the middle attacks where an attacker intercepts communications between two parties. With certificates, you can be confident you are communicating directly with the intended recipient. Next one, secure transactions. In e-commerce and online banking, digital certificates ensure that financial transactions are safe and that your sensitive information such as credit card details is protected. Next one, secure email. Digital certificates are used to sign and encrypt emails. This guarantees that the email is from the stated sender and that its content hasn't been altered. Next is protecting intellectual property. Organizations use certificates to sign software, ensuring that the users receive authentic, untampered software and that the organization's intellectual property is protected. Next one is compliance. Various industries and regions have specific regulations requiring data protection and security measures. Digital certificates are a key component of compliance with these regulations. Next is national security. Governments use digital certificates to secure their critical infrastructure, protect national secrets, and ensure secure communication among government agencies. So, in summary, digital certificates are indispensable for establishing trust, securing online transactions, safeguarding sensitive data, and protecting against various cybersecurity threats. They play a vital role in ensuring the authenticity, integrity, and confidentiality of online communication and transactions. Now, let's see the key components of a digital certificate. It has three main key components. First one is public key. The public key is a fundamental part of a digital certificate. It is a cryptographic key that is designed to be shared openly. This key is associated with the certificate holder and serves two main primary functions. First one, encryption. The public key is used to encrypt data. When someone sends encrypted data to the certificate holder, only the certificate holder's private key can decrypt it. This ensures the confidentiality and privacy of information exchanged over the internet. Second function of a public key is verification of digital signatures. The public key is also used to verify digital signatures. When someone signs a document or a message with their private key, others can use the corresponding public key to confirm the authenticity of the sender and the integrity of the content. If the digital signature verifies successfully, it indicates that the message has not been tampered with during transit. So, as I mentioned, there is a separate chapter on digital signatures. I have linked it in the description box. But briefly, this is what happens. Suppose, say, I have to send, this is me, I'm sending a document to you. This is my document. I am the signer to you. So I take my document, send it through a hash algorithm and create a hash out of it. And then what I will do, I will encrypt this using my private key and I will attach it to my document. So this is my digitally signed document now. Now I will send this document to you. You are the verifier. You'll have to verify if this document has not been tampered, if it is sent only by me. Okay. Now I have this digitally signed document. So you will send this through the same hashing algorithm and generate the hash. And then also you will decrypt this using my public key to generate a value which is the hash value. So if both of these values are equal, that means that the signature is valid and it is the data that is sent by me and it has not been tampered. So now you understand how digital signatures work. So the second function of public key is to verify the digital signature. Here I'm using it to decrypt and verify the digital signature. Okay. So this is one of the key components of digital certificate, public key. It is mainly used for encryption and verification of digital signatures. Next component is identity information. The digital certificate includes information about the certificate holder's identity. The information typically has details such as name, email address, organizations or company's name, physical location or address, a unique serial number associated with the certificate. This identification information is used to verify the certificate holder's identity. Certificate authorities, CAs, are responsible for validating the accuracy of this information before issuing a digital certificate. The third key component is digital signature. It serves as a seal of trust. It is created and added to the certificate by a trusted certificate authority, CA. So the CA uses its private key to generate the digital certificate. The digital signature is applied to the certificate ensuring its authenticity and integrity. When someone receives this certificate, they can use CA's public key to verify the signature, and if the verification is successful, it means the certificate has not been tampered with and that it was issued by the trusted CA. So, the combination of these three elements provide a secure, reliable means of identity verification and data protection in online communication and transactions. When you encounter a digital certificate, such as during secure website browsing, that is HTTPS, email signing, or code validation, these components work together to establish trust, protect data, and ensure the authenticity of the parties involved. Now let's see the process of obtaining and using a digital certificate. The process begins with a key pair generation. Let's say I am the one requesting for a digital certificate. I will generate a key pair. The key pair will have a public key and a private key. Like we mentioned before, the public key can be shared freely with anyone and is used for encryption and signature verification. The private key is kept secret and is used for decrypting and creating digital signatures. It should be protected and never shared. Now I have a public key and a private key. The next thing that I will do is to generate a CSR, that is certificate signing request. Typically, this is done by the entity or individual who wishes to obtain the digital certificate. In this case, I am generating it. This will include the entity's public key, identity information like name, organization, email address, and desired certificate attributes like certification purpose, why is it used, and more. Next, I will submit this CSR to a trusted certificate authority. I will choose one of the certificate authorities. There are many certificate authorities like DigiCert, GoDaddy, GeoTrust, Symantec, Entrust Data Card. So I will choose which one I want to send it to and send the CSR, that is certificate request, signing request, to that CA. Now this CA is responsible for verifying the entity's identity before issuing the certificate. The CA might perform various identity verification checks such as verifying the identity's domain ownership, checking business records, or conducting in-person identity verification for individuals. Once the CA verifies the entity's identity and CSR, it issues a digital certificate. The digital certificate includes, like we discussed before, public key of the entity, identity information, and a digital signature from the CA confirming the certificate's authenticity. Once the certificate holder or the entity receives the digital certificate from the CA, it must be installed on the entity's server or system. For a web server, this often involves importing certificate into the server's configuration. With the digital certificate installed, secure communication can begin. That is, first one, encryption. So the entity can use its private key to decrypt incoming data encrypted using its public key. Next, digital signatures. The entity can create digital signatures using its private key to verify its identity and integrity of messages. So because of this process, the others can trust the entity's digital certificate because the CA's digital certificate on the certificate confirms the identity of the entity. Something to remember is that these digital certificates that are issued by the CA have an expiration date. The entity must monitor and renew the certificate before it expires to maintain secure communications. In case the private key is compromised or the certificate is no longer needed, the certificate holder can request the CA to revoke the certificate. This invalidates the certificate, ensuring it is no longer trusted. The digital certificate process ensures secure online interactions, identity verification, data privacy, and trust. The role of the CA is very important in confirming the identity of the certificate holders and ensuring the authenticity of the issued certificates. So, we'll see about certificate revocation in depth a little bit. Let's see some of the common reasons for certificate revocation. First is key compromise. That is, if the private key associated with the certificate is lost, stolen, or otherwise compromised, the certificate must be revoked to prevent unauthorized use. Next, certificate is no longer needed. So, when a certificate is no longer relevant or is no longer required, it can be revoked to free up resources and maintain security. Next reason can be change in certificate details. That is, if there are changes in the certificate's details, like for example, a change of the organization or domain name, the existing certificate can be revoked and a new one can be issued. Next one is suspicion of compromise or misuse. If there are concerns about the misuse or unauthorized access involving a certificate, it is revoked for precaution. Next is CA security breach. If the CA itself is compromised or experiences a security breach, all certificates issued by the CA must be revoked for security reasons. Now let's see how this can be done. There are different methods. Let's see them one by one. First is CRL. It stands for Certificate Revocation List. A CRL is a periodically updated list of revoked certificates issued by a certificate authority. CRLs are digitally signed by the CA to ensure their authenticity. When a relying party, such as a web browser or email client, encounters a digital certificate, it checks the certificate's serial number against the CRL. So the CRL has many certificate serial numbers. When a web browser or email client checks the certificate's serial number against this CRL and a match is found, the certificate is considered revoked and not trusted. The next method to revoke a certificate is OCSP, that is Online Certificate Status Protocol. Like the name suggests, it is an online protocol that allows a relying party to query the CA in real time. This is to check the status of a specific digital certificate. Instead of downloading and parsing a CRL, the OCSP responder provides an immediate response regarding the certificate's validity. There is also something called as Delta CRL. Delta CRL is a variation of the standard CRL. It contains a list of certificates that have been revoked since the last full CRL was issued. Delta CRLs are used to reduce the size and processing requirements when checking for revoked certificates. And there is AIA, Authority Information Access. The AIA extension in a digital certificate's details provides information on how to access the CA, CRL or OCSP responder. It assists the relying parties in obtaining the most up-to-date information about the certificate status. Then there is automated revocation. In some cases, digital certificates can be configured to check their own revocation status automatically. This ensures they are still valid before each use. This mechanism is known as automatic revocation checking. So that's it about certificate revocation. Now let's see the types of digital certificates. First one, SSL TLS certificates. This is used to secure data transmitted between a user's web browser and a website, providing encryption and authentication. This is essential for HTTPS connections, ensuring secure and trusted online transactions and communications. Another type is code signing certificates. This is used by software developers to digitally sign their codes or scripts. This allows end users to verify that the software hasn't been tampered with or altered by malicious parties. Next is email certificates. This is used for securing email communications. They can be used to sign and encrypt emails, ensuring the authenticity of the sender and the privacy of the message. Next, client authentication certificates. This is employed for verifying the identity of individuals accessing secure systems such as VPNs or online services. They are commonly used in two-factor authentication systems. Next is server authentication certificates. This ensures that the server you are connecting to is indeed the server it claims to be. This is crucial for secure website browsing. Next is document signing certificates. This is used for digitally signing documents such as PDFs to verify their authenticity and integrity. These certificates are often used in legal and financial transactions. Next is qualified certificates. These are recognized under the EIDAS regulation in the European Union. Qualified certificates provide a high level of trust and are used for legally significant transactions and signatures within the EU. Next, we have Internet of Things IoT certificates. These are designed for IoT devices. These certificates ensure secure communication between devices and centralized systems. They are essential for securing smart devices and systems. Next is government issued certificates. These are issued by the government authorities for various purposes such as identity verification, digital signatures, and secure access to government services. Next one, object signing certificates. This is used to sign and verify objects such as scripts, macros, or software applications to ensure their authenticity and integrity. Then there is domain validated certificates. DV. These certificates verify domain ownership but do not perform extensive identity checks on the certificate holder. They are often used for basic website encryption. Next is organization validated certificates. In addition to domain validation, OV certificates also verify the organization's identity. They are used to provide an extra layer of trust for websites and online services. Next one is extended validation certificates. These are the highest level of SSL TLS certificates. Extended validation certificates involve rigorous identity verification of the certificate holder. Websites with EV certificates display a green address bar in most web browsers, indicating a high level of trust. So each type of digital certificate serves specific security and authentication needs. Choosing the right type of certificate depends on the intended use, the level of trust and security required, and applicable regulations and standards. Now let's see how a web browser verifies a website's digital certificate, typically used for secure HTTPS connections. First, user initiates connection. That is, a user opens web browser and enters a website address, that is URL, to visit a website. For example, say I will open the web browser and enter https www.example.com. Second step is website presence certificate. The web server hosting the website responds to the user's request and sends a digital certificate to the browser. Next step is browser receives the certificate. This certificate includes the website's public key, identity information, and the digital signature of the certificate authority, CA. Now the browser checks checks certificate validity. The first thing that the browser does is to check if the certificate is within its validity period. Certificates have a defined start and end date. If the certificate has expired, the browser will display a warning. Next step, browser verifies CA signature. That is, the browser verifies the digital signature on the certificate using the CA's public key. This public key would have been pre-installed in the browser. If the signature is valid, it means the certificate has not been tampered with and is issued by a trusted CA. Next one, browser checks certificate revocation. The browser may check the certificate revocation list CRL or use the online certificate status protocol OCSP to ensure the certificate has not been revoked. If revoked, the browser will display a warning. Next step is browser trusts the CA. If the CA signature is valid and the certificate has not been revoked, the browser trusts the CA and can now trust the website certificate. Next, browser extracts the website's public key from the certificate. This public key will be used for secure communication. Next is secure key exchange. The browser and the web server initiate a secure key exchange using the website's public key to securely exchange an encryption key. Next step is secure data transmission. With the encryption key in place, data transmitted between the browser and the web server is encrypted, ensuring the confidentiality and integrity of the data. Next is secure connection indication. The browser displays a padlock icon or similar visual indicator in the address bar along with the HTTPS indicating that the connection is secure. You must have seen this lock key in the address bar or observe it next time when you visit an HTTPS website. Next is user interacts securely. The user can now interact securely with the website, confident that their data is protected from eavesdropping or tampering. So this process establishes a secure encrypted connection between the user's web browser and the website, ensuring that the website is authentic and data transmitted is protected. It relies on the trust in the CA's digital signature and the website's digital certificate. So that's it for today, guys. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit about digital certificate. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share our videos. That will help us a lot. I will see you in another video with another cybersecurity topic. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.